Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be making an election prediction between President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump. This is going to be the first election prediction video that I make post the 2024 presidential debate that was hosted June 27, 2024, about 2 days ago. Now, all around criticism of Joe Biden in this debate, it was viewed as his worst performance yet in a presidential debate. It was viewed as the worst performance of any presidential candidate in a debate in American history, in my opinion, and in the opinion of many, many pundits across the country. Many people are trying to compare this debate performance to Barack Obama versus Mitt Romney. This was nothing close to that performance. Joe Biden appeared to lose his train of thought multiple times. He jumbled up his words. He appeared lost on the split screen when Trump was speaking. He didn't seem to know what he was talking about. And then the brutal, devastating end of the debate. Donald Trump walks off the stage, and then Joe Biden has to escort Joe Biden off of the stage, and he needs help walking down the staircase. Just a horrible look for Joe Biden. Many Democrats right now are concerned about President Biden and his faring in the 2024 election. I believe, and I had Donald Trump winning the election prediction beforehand, that it's going to be an even more significant shift in Trump's favor post debate. However, this was an early debate. It does mean that is going to be plenty of time before the election happens, plenty of time for people to forget about this debate and possibly switch back in favor of Joe Biden. However, right now, many people, 50 million people, viewed this debate. Now, compared to the previous debates, compared to the 2020 debates, this was far fewer, tens of millions of people fewer. However, keep in mind, this debate was held in June. Previous presidential debates, this is the earliest presidential debate ever had in American history or in modern American history. Previously, these debates were held in September or October, either the month right before or 2 months right before the actual election. This was held about 4 months before. This means 4 to 5 months before. This means that there is less engagement, less interest in the election at this point. People are not fully focused. Once we get past the conventions, once we enter September and October, that's when the election really begins to pick up. That's when interest continues. So that is the one silver lining to this, is the fact that this debate was held early. I think the Biden campaign strategically wanted to do this debate early. Now they do have a debate down the line that they say they're going to commit to in September, but they wanted to do this early because they believe that Biden wasn't going to be able to do particularly well against Trump in terms of articulating a position on the Democrat platform and really going after Trump. It was nothing like his performance in 2020. He's showing clear cognitive decline. I mean, that is evident. That has been evident, frankly, for 4 years at this point, over the last 4 years, over the last 6, 7 years. If you look at a speech of Joe Biden in 2016 and you look at a speech of him now, it's almost incomparable. You can't even conflate the two. That's two different people. Um, and if Joe Biden agrees to go forward with the September debate, I can only imagine that debate is going to be pretty bad as well. However, if Joe Biden does perform slightly above expectations, it could help him with a bounce back. However, this debate is very brutal for Joe Biden. Obviously, there have been calls for him to step aside and give the nomination to somebody else. I'm going to be making some more videos in the future with Joe Biden, not with Joe Biden, with other candidates like Kamala Harris and Gavin Newsom and people that are being recommended to replace Biden against Donald Trump, and how I believe they would fare against Donald Trump. However, the bottom line, in my opinion, is that Joe Biden actually, out of all of the Democrats at this point, has the best chance of beating Donald Trump. But with that, a caveat to that is that Joe Biden, of course, does still have a chance at winning this election, a particularly small chance compared to what we've seen previous Democrats' chances in elections are. This is probably uh, the least assumed that a Democrat will win this election since Michael Dukakis in 1988. I mean, post that, I mean, the Democrats historically have been considered uh, favorites to win the election, with Al Gore, John Kerry. That was an incredibly close election. Obama both times. Hillary Clinton expected to win. Biden expected to win in 2020. This time, Donald Trump the clear favorite. With all of that being said, let's head into our election prediction. We're going to get into our safe Biden states, and there's not going to be many safe Biden states. California, one of the solid states for Biden at this point. The state of Hawaii, safe in favor of Biden. The District of Columbia, the state of Maryland, Delaware, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Vermont, Maine's first congressional district, and the state of Illinois. And that is it for the safe Biden states at this point in time. Now, this is all subject to change. This is, at this point in time, an election prediction. Many things can change over the next few months. but post Biden's debate performance, things are not looking bright for him. Heading into our safe Trump states, there's going to be a pretty solid amount of safe Donald Trump states. Keeping Nebraska second out of it for this point, we are going to go across the country: Iowa, Indiana, Ohio. All of these are going to be safe Trump states. Maine's second congressional district, and in this case, the state of Florida is going to be safe in favor of Donald Trump. Ron DeSantis won the state of Florida in 2022 by almost 20 percentage points. Donald Trump, in order to win it by a safe margin, has to win it by 10 points or more in my predictive models, based off of Biden's debate performance, based off of the trends in Florida. I'm happy to characterize that as a safe state at this point in time. As of June 29th or June 30th, actually, it's exactly 12 in the morning, 2024. That could change, but Florida is a safe state at this point, even more safe than a state like Texas. Heading into our likely Biden states, this will be the state of Oregon. This will be the state of Washington. This will be the state of New Jersey, Connecticut, New York, all safe in favor of Joe Biden, getting him up to 181 electoral votes. So still winning those states, however, not safe. And that is incredibly concerning when you realize that those states Joe Biden won by 20 plus points previously. I guess maybe not Oregon or Washington, but New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, really close to those. If those margins narrow up below 10 points, Biden is in real trouble across the country. Heading into our likely Trump states: the state of Texas, state of Georgia, the state of North Carolina, the state of Nevada, Arizona, and Wisconsin, giving him the election, all in likely margins at this point in time, getting 278 electoral votes. Trump wins the election, and we haven't even characterized lean states in favor of Trump. Based off of the debate performance, as I said previously, I think there's going to be another 3 to 4 point swing in favor of Trump across the board in all of these states. And with that, Georgia, of course, is a likely state. North Carolina has already been polling favorable for Trump. Nevada has been polling favorable for Trump. Wisconsin, Trump leads by around, on an average, 1 point in Wisconsin. With that shift, you're going to see it heading into the likely category. I'm hesitant to put Pennsylvania. It is Biden's home state. However, Pennsylvania as well is an incredibly, incredibly concerning state for Joe Biden at this point in time. As we head into our lean Biden states, there's only going to be one lean Biden state. That's the state of Colorado. I still think he'll narrowly cling on to that simply because of the fact that we live in a very polarized nation, and I just don't believe that Donald Trump really could win anything, upwards of 400 electoral votes. I just see that very hard to happen at this point. Even if people view Joe Biden to be cognitively impaired, they're comparing policy to policy, not as much person to person. For most people. Now, independents, not so much, which is why you've seen in my prediction a lot of trends happening. But it's still going to be a close election in terms of the popular vote, in my opinion, regardless, even if Biden is the nominee. Lean Trump states: this is the state of Michigan, state of Wisconsin, Nebraska's second congressional district, will all lean in favor of Donald Trump. Those are going to be all of our lean Donald Trump states. Tilt Biden. The state of New Hampshire will tilt in favor of Joe Biden. And I am going to give Donald Trump the state of Minnesota and the state of Virginia as tilting in favor of Donald Trump. I'm going to give Joe Biden the state of New Mexico barely tilting in favor of Biden. Oh, and I forgot, I'm sorry. Maine at large will tilt in favor of Donald Trump. Donald Trump gets 338 electoral votes. Modern landslide. This is the biggest electoral margin victory he's ever had. Joe Biden barely clings on to 200 electoral votes. This is a bigger electoral victory margin than Barack Obama had against Mitt Romney in the year 2012. Big victory for Donald Trump. Now, things could change. Things could improve for Biden. Things could get worse for Biden. We just don't know what's going to happen from this point forward. However, Donald Trump is the clear favorite in the eyes of almost everybody to win the presidency, I guess be reelected president of the United States. Donald Trump wins in this post-debate election prediction. As I said before, you're going to see a lot of predictions with Trump up against a few other candidates. Take those as you may. Those people are going to be polled in the next week, in the upcoming weeks. I think that the Democrats want to poll because they want to see how well these people could fare against Trump, to see if Biden should be replaced at the convention. With that being said, thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Have a great day. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'll talk to you all soon.